Welcome to SNG. If you've already subscribed, thank you very much. If you haven't consider it. I'm going to work on this master cylinder for the rear brake, and that is a Wagner Lockeed. And Wagner Lockeed they outsourced to make their, Harley did, to make their master cylinders. From 1958 to, I think, 79, 78, something like that. I was going to get a used one, or get if I need, I want to rebuild it, put it that way. And I don't know if I can or not. I haven't opened it up. I know that I've got no rear brakes, so I figured I had this floorboard already removed because I forget why I took that off. I think I actually took it off to start working on this. Probably when I was getting my butt handed to myself messing around with that mouse trap. So I'm gonna set this camera up, take a shot of that thing, show you what we're gonna do to it, and I'm curious to see if there's any fluid in it. I haven't opened it up. The only thing I've been doing is spraying some Croil on all the nuts and bolts, and I have been kind of going over threads with a wire brush lightly, and let's get into this thing, see what's inside. All right, so here we go. What I'm going to do, 2 bolts hold this master cylinder on. One of these bolts was for the front of the floorboards, and this back here was for the back of the floorboards, which probably is off camera. It's this way. So I think, I'm not sure if, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this off here. I'll then take this bolt out, and I'm going to have to take this steel brake line off. I have been hitting this with Croil, and I have taken this brush and lightly getting the rust off everything, and spray it down, and hopefully it'll come apart. I've been spraying it for quite a while now. So for now, what I'll do is I'll spin this pin around where I can get to the cotter pin. There's a little cotter pin in the back. There's that. And I should be able to push this pin out. Maybe. Actually, I'm not going to be able to push that out. I've got to pull that out. Oh, so easy. Makes my day. So that's loose there. So I want to take this brake line off. And anytime I'm working with a brass fitting like this, whether it be a flare nut or a ferrule like that, I use a flare nut wrench. That way I get I have a less of a chance of rounding off that brass. What I'm going to do is I'm going to heat this up just a little bit. And if I know I'm not going to melt anything and I'm not going to hurt anything, I'll put a little bit of heat to it. The heat expands the metal, busts the rust up a little bit. Doesn't necessarily bust it up, but it creates cracks and is a little bit easier to get out. So I'm not going to heat it up too much. I may not have even needed to heat it up, really don't know. And here's what I'm watching. I want to make sure that I don't start spinning this metal and that this is actually spinning, you know, with freely on the tube so that I don't create another nightmare for myself. Actually, I just got it. Okay, and it is not binding on that 1/4 inch tubing. So that's super cool. Happy about that. Now it would be nice if I had a standard wrench. I wouldn't have to fight this, but I didn't grab one. So we'll just work our way through with this one. And again, if this was a bike that you were concerned with, man, you would be putting a rag on here. You hear me tinging on my fender a little bit. You know what? That's going to be just fine. Not going to hurt anything. It's not already hurt. So I don't much, it's not bothering me. If it was a nice paint job, I might have second thoughts about that. So that's out, as you can see. I'm assuming that this will come right out too. It will. And next, and I don't think I set myself up with a wrench. Maybe I got a socket set right here. And looks like 1/2 inch, which it's not. Where's my socket at? There it is. It's 9/16. And I think before I do that, I'm going to try to take that cap off. And I already have a wrench that'll do that, and I'm curious to see how tight. All right, that's a little tight. I'm going to try to pull it back this way. I'll put a little bit more pressure on it. Well, hey guys, guess what? Righty tighty, lefty loosey. Let's go the other way, guys. And you can see, oh, wow, that's tight. You can see I'm not dubbing over it. Oh, there it went. Must have been my reverse action Jackson stuff that got that loose. Well, there's real world stuff there. Look at that. It's coming out pretty nice. Now, the key question, is there fluid in there? Holy shit. I don't even know what that is. Oh man, I gotta get this. Check this out, man. You guys are gonna love this. I don't know if you can see in there or not. Check that out. That is all rust. So, fun. Well, that's why that's not working, isn't it? Let me turn this around here. So, check it out. Just out of curiosity, I don't have anything to dig any of that out. That's a 1/2 inch deep. Oh my. I don't even know what this is. There's something in there that's pretty interesting. Oh, look, it's magic. Check that out. I don't know what that is, but it's almost like it's been up like it was made, like it was the bottom of this. Maybe. If anybody knows what that is, it's kind of, I'll clean it up. It's definitely been stamped. And maybe it's a part from underneath. I thought at first maybe it came off of this, and maybe it did. Oh, as a matter of fact, it did. Check this out. This has got a lip around there that's bent over, and I bet that this went on here, and that, yeah, that's what kept that there. And as you ride and your brake fluid is bouncing up inside this master cylinder, it's not coming out of these vent holes here and dripping all over the place. It's giving you an opportunity to, I bet that this is the vent right here. It's all clogged up. So we'll see if I can get it on there and fix it, or maybe we have to buy a new one or find one at a swap meet. Wow, now I know something I didn't know 5 minutes ago. So I'm gonna take this off. And as I take this stuff off, I'm using my phone, but I would typically take a picture of this because it has a spacer. So I'm always looking what's on this side. I've got a washer, I've got a lock washer, and on this side I have a spacer. And I want to make sure I get the spacer back so I'm not torquing things. I'm going to take that out. There's the spacer that just dropped. There's the spacer. And hopefully I can pull this up. And then take this, unthread this thing. There we go. All right, so there's our master cylinder. And I'll take this thing over to the bench and knock this stuff out and see what in the hell's going on. Let's go over there and we'll see what's all is in there. And also I'll have to check, put some pressure on this and see if I have any leaks on that line, if that line needs replaced. All sorts of things. So anyhow, let's go over to the bench. All right, so here we are. Make sure that that's all. Yeah, I think you guys can see that. So I'm gonna grab a screwdriver. And I'm gonna dig a little bit in here. And look at this. Right there is a spacer that fell out of this right here. And those are the things you really have to watch. And I need to get better at that myself. When I take something apart, I typically take a picture of it. I lay the pieces out so I can put it back together. I do have a parts breakdown that I can see if there's supposed to be 2 of these in here or just 1. So I'll do that. But right now there's 1, and right there, someone was cranking. That's bent. So we'll see. Oh my God. You guys are gonna love this. It's just like mud, rust mud. So amazing, huh? No wonder the rear brakes didn't work, right? So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to buy a rebuild kit. This has got a 3/4 inch bore. All the ones that Wagner Lockeed made was 3/4 inch bores. So I'm going to try to take this off without roaching the rubber. Uh-oh, someone's here. Okay, so here's how to rebuild it and take it apart. There's a little key in there. Come on in. Hey, okay.
Well, who's trying to go, buddy? Come here. Are you happy to see me? Huh? No.
Jones, what the hell's going on?
Well, it's been a while since I made it. You can tell Zeus missed me. Huh? You missed me. You're sneezing so bad. Yeah. Well, it's winter time. It's cold outside. Hunting season's over. And, yeah, we're back at it.
Good.
Back in the garage.
Good.
I see you're into a...
What do you think about what came out of that?
Well, I think that thing's got a lot of life left in it.
I do too.
I mean, that ain't that bad, is it?
I don't know.
It could be worse.
When's the last time you think it had any brake fluid in it?
It's been a while. It has been a while. Ooh.
What is that? Just rust? That's what I'm thinking
I think
it
it's
is.
just, yep.
Or, I don't know.
Rust and whatever's left of the plunger that was in there.
So here's the game plan. I'm going to probably clean that up. And this is where I'm going to probably put that in the sonic cleaner after I rinse it out, whatever, clean it. I don't know if I'll soda blast it maybe, or I might just honestly throw it in some, a whole thing of white vinegar. That white vinegar, I love it because it's not caustic. It does, you know what I mean?
Yep.
It takes a couple days, but it cleans it up and really gets the rest. And we'll see. Let's try it out. We'll probably do that. So this will be a 2-part video anyhow, maybe 3. Who knows? So anyhow, Jones, we gotta here. Let me get back here. So what do you gotta tell me what you're into?
Well, I haven't been into
Because
too much.
everybody wants to know.
I haven't been into too much, just living life. Like I said, now that hunting season's over, it's winter time, it's cold outside, and there ain't a whole lot to do. I've been a bum lately.
Well,
Been sitting around, but getting
that's
fat.
okay. That's okay.
But you got to do that every now and then.
Right.
You got to do that every now and then to relax. And I know you missed me, Zeus. I know you missed me. Nobody's giving you treats, huh? That's why.
Man, he's been waiting for a treat.
Waiting for a treat.
You should see what he coughed up.
Uh-oh.
Oh yeah, he choked up a.
What was you eating?
Yeah,
was he eating lug nuts?
I think it was a bone.
A bone?
That came out of it.
Oh my. What the heck? Must have been a big old knuckle bone or something, huh? Well, you gotta take care of yourself, buddy. So.
All right, so.
Well, how long till we get this thing fired up?
Well, I don't know. Did you see that hellacious mousetrap video? That
Oh,
kicked
yeah.
my ass? Oh gosh.
Well, you're coming into the home stretch now. You
I
getting
think so.
getting brakes. So I brought you a tool that I made for my 70 to take the hubs off, get the wheels off. I bought brand new brake pads for my 70 and never put them on because I left the original ones on there. I don't know if those are the same or not. We'll see. If they are, we'll use them. If not, we'll save them for when mine needs it.
Yep.
Like I was telling you on the phone, we'll just have to make sure that brake line, that metal brake line from there back is good, and that rubber hose in the back, I don't know, I might just replace it.
Yeah. Well,
And a wheel cylinder back here, we'll know when we get the wheel off.
we'll definitely get into it. We'll see. I appreciate that. So yeah, we're I took an ass whooping on the mousetrap, but it works. I got it going. I did it once or twice, once after I did it, and it took like 10 minutes. You know what I mean? It's really not that bad once you kind of understand it a little bit. But what else did I do? Oh, look at this piece here.
That goes up in, that goes up in
This
there.
goes here.
Yep.
That's to keep from splashing, I think, out that vent.
Yep.
Is my guess. So I might have to get a new.
We'll have to call our buddy Bill. I know when I did mine, I either used his, rebuilt mine, and then I gave him back, but I bet he's got one that has pieces in it too. But you might be able to rebuild that. I would take the plunger out, or take this out of here and see what's in there. And I know you bought a new one.
Yeah, and I decided I'm rebuilding.
You're rebuilding it.
Yeah. I just assumed that someone already tried to rebuild it, maybe, but once I saw the inside of it, I guess not, huh?
Yeah, just
Because
sit
I'd like to keep the original parts on this thing if I can. Plus, I'd like to save some money,
there. Well,
right?
do you remember where you got that one?
I think I can figure it out. I think I can figure it out. Hopefully, I can
Figure it out. Send her
hopefully
back.
I can send it back.
They'll send her back and it'll be in an Amazon box somewhere.
And then what else? I was going to say something else. Oh, you should have seen me trying to get this cap off.
She was on there, huh?
Oh, I was righty loosening. You know what I mean? I thought, I've got to turn that thing around to get it off. So, real world stuff, man. No dubbing. There's going to be no dubbing.
No.
That's why I try to surprise him all the time and say, what the hell's going on, Jones? Because I'm catching him off guard.
Catching me off guard.
He just rolls with it. He rolls with it. All right, well, we'll be back. Stomp on that monkey's tail. We'll talk with you later.
Have a good one. So, you missed.